The air was a bit different when Jacob woke up. The university was lively with a festive spirit in the air, even though there were no decorations or banners hung up for the big event. Everyone was excited. Sam and Jacob's other 2 roommates were up and about since as early as 5 in the morning. They packed all the essentials for the games before heading out, like food, drinks, camera, binoculars, and so on. They met up with their friends from other dorms and headed to the field together. Jacob, on the other hand, didn't share their enthusiasm. He put on his sportswear and his running shoes before he had a big breakfast in the cafeteria. Then he walked nonchalantly to the sports field. He was pretty calm for the race and took no stress because of it. He did not want to lose, but he did not want to create a big deal out of it either. The games were divided into 2 sections. Games such as badminton, basketball, and volleyball were held in the newly finished stadium, whereas athletic activities such as track races and gymnastics were held on the sports field. The students were enthusiastic for the outdoor sports more than the indoor games, owing to their popularity and the spacious field. Adding to everyone's excitement, all classes were suspended for the day so that everyone could attend the games. It made for a perfect picnic for the students who enjoyed sitting comfortably with their snacks and watching sports. Since there were no classes, it was mandatory for everyone to attend these games. Not that they would have missed it anyway. However, for flirtatious guys like Sam, these events were appealing because they were the perfect place to check out girls. Kathy, the class president, was already taking attendance when Jacob arrived at the designated area of his class. She called out everyone's name, one by one, to make sure everyone was attending. Since the class president was taking attendance herself, they couldn't meddle with it like they could during packed classes. But no one wanted to bunk this event anyway. Not only did everyone show up, but there was also a lot of enthusiasm in the air. People assumed that she was in a good mood today because of the comfortable outfit and the beautiful weather. Her face had a warm smile as she saw Jacob approaching her. Anyone could tell that she was happy to see him with the way she excitedly greeted him. "Jacob, you are here!" The guys who were in earshot picked up on the unusual greeting and started teasing Kathy. "What is the matter with you? You can go participate in the games too if you are capable." Kathy scolded the guys with her stern class president face. Her face was devoid of any makeup, her natural radiance glowing in the sunlight. She was looking divine as the sunlight lightly caressed her face. Her light clothes and soft face did not work well for her authority, as the guys in her class were not getting scared of her today. Her insult only made them retort with louder remarks. Kathy ignored them and turned her attention back to Jacob. She stepped closer to him and fixed his collar while saying, "Good luck today." Everyone was surprised at her move, and the guys purposely cleared their throats loudly in an attempt to annoy her even more. Even a few guys from the nearby class joined them. Although Kathy kept a very low profile, she was still one of the prettiest girls in their major. Jacob got a bit embarrassed and stepped back. "Okay, I'll try my best," he replied to Kathy and sat down next to her. "Class president, I want to run the 1,500-meter race too. Count me in as well." "Me too." The guys continued to tease her. They all were envious of Jacob. "None of you were this enthusiastic when you were supposed to. What happened now?" She rolled her eyes at them. "I was on the list, class president. I want you to adjust my collar too." Sam jumped up and cried out. Jacob remembered clearly that Kathy had randomly put in Sam's name on the list as a backup since no one else had enrolled. Now he was taking advantage of it to tease them. He tried to give Sam a stern look to stop him, but Sam ignored him. Kathy ignored Sam's quip. She got a little embarrassed as everyone was looking at her by now, finding the whole scene very interesting. She blushed and stood up. "All right, now let's go on with the attendance. Riley." Sam had made a bet with his 3 roommates, including Jacob, as soon as they laid eyes on Kathy in their freshman year. They wondered who amongst the 38 guys in their class would be able to land Kathy as his girlfriend. The fact was, in the past 2 years, not only in their class, but no guy in the entire university had a shot with her. Even the most popular girl at their university, Lisa, was nowhere near her in terms of looks and attitude. Kathy always kept a low profile and had a sweet attitude, whereas Lisa always had rumors going around about her. According to Sam, Lisa was only popular because she was in a sorority, had a slender body, and was constantly getting involved with the influential and popular guys in college. Lisa, who was sitting under a parasol like the over-the-top girl she was, heard the commotion and looked over. She was a bit surprised to see Kathy looking so pretty and different than usual in her outfit. She made a face when she noticed some guys in her own class staring in Kathy's direction too. Kathy did not intend to steal her thunder at all. She only wanted to dress up a little on such an important day to cheer the guys in her class. Though, indeed, Jacob was the only one that was participating in an actual game. Lisa glimpsed at Kathy, and her eyes landed on Jacob. She noticed him in his sportswear for the first time. In fact, she had properly noticed him for the first time and found him appealing. Her expression suddenly darkened as she thought of something. She gave him a quick glance and immediately turned away. She didn't want people to think that she was interested in an ordinary guy like him. Her reputation was very important to her. The teasing and the overall noise was becoming unbearable for Jacob. He had already tried to get the guys to stop by giving them deathly looks, and it hadn't worked. He turned to Kathy and said, "I'll go warm up over there. What's the rush? The 1,500-meter race won't start until this afternoon." Kathy didn't realize that Jacob was just trying to avoid Sam and the guys. "All the long-distance races are scheduled in the afternoon, so there won't be enough space for warming up later on." He made up an excuse quickly and waved as he got down from the spectator stand and jogged down the stairs. Kathy lost her train of thought when she watched Jacob climb down the stairs. Her attention was on his sculpted body and toned muscles. His natural and unrestrained walk made her forget where she was and what she was doing. She was smitten and only came back to her senses when someone called out her name. She then went on with the attendance. "How come he looks even more handsome than last week?" Kathy felt a bit strange, as if there were a million butterflies in her stomach, all fluttering at once. She thought that she was probably building him up in her head. "Is this what beauty is in the eyes of the beholder means?" she wondered. When Jacob got to the track, Michael entered the sports field from the locker room in his snug sportswear. He did a short sprint and stopped to stretch his legs. He then waved in the direction where most of the girls were. The girls hooted, cheered, and shook their pom-poms in his direction. Girls from the different fields and departments were gathered to see him and got excited to see him waving at them. Lisa was also one of those girls. "Who cares what's going on between Miss Know-It-All Kathy and that plain old what's-his-name? Look at Michael all chiseled. I'm rooting for him today," she thought to herself and smiled.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.